I'm not a guy who just want to have that title. I want to defend the title. Don't cry, just yeah, train harder. Right now it feels really amazing. It feels quite unreal, to be honest. But yeah, it's my childhood dream, so I'm really happy to be the world champion this year. And hopefully no one can beat me next season. So yeah, the last 2 years it was really tough when you always missed the world champs quite one week before because of injury. So yeah, it was just my first goal was just to participate at the world champs in Chicago. So yeah, it feels really nice. Yeah, so my shape was really good. I arrived 10 days before the world, so before my start, just to adjust to the right time zone. And my shape overall, my fitness was on point, really ready for the race. Chicago was my third time. I was there and I raced there. So my last memories to the race weren't the best, to be honest, so because I never performed in the US. But the world champs are always special, so the lineup was crazy with all the good athletes, and also the whole venue was different. You have a different feeling when you know, okay, that's the world champs, because you worked the whole season very hard for this moment. And yeah, so it's completely different to all the other events. So at this point I was very confident because I had my best shape of my life. All training results were my best I've ever had, and my shape was good, my strength was really good. So I was super confident, and at this point I knew, okay, it will be super hard to beat me on that day. Yes, I take it as a compliment because as a lot of people said before, when someone called you one time Tiny Tim, it's more disrespectful. But when he said it 3 or 5 times, you know, okay, it comes from respect. And yes, so Tiny Tim is okay when I'm always before him in the finish line. So yeah, it's all good.
Biceps win races, baby.
No, biceps don't win races. Maybe biceps get a second place, something like that. So my biggest competitor were of course Alex and the previous world champion, James Cully. Hunter I saw as a big component, and also Dylan Scott. That 4 athletes, I knew they are so super fit, and I knew, okay, it could be hard to beat them. On the ski erg, I always look right and left to look how fast are the others. And yes, so my pace was pretty good, but the ski erg doesn't feel really easy. Your time depends also on the ski erg, if it's new or a little bit older. And yeah, I pulled like a 141, 142. And yeah, it felt good, but a little bit more heavier than normal. And I saw that Hunter pull 139, something like that, and JK 145 until 146, and I knew, okay, it was a solid ski erg with maybe 5 seconds gap of Hunter, and yeah, all good.
Hunter McIntyre just going through the cadence here. It doesn't make him a lot faster. He's managed to put 2 meters into Tim Wenisch.
Yes. I heard Faisal, of course, who is in the lead, how far. Maybe I'm away from Hunter, or the third place from me. And yes, it helps me a lot to also to put my strategy together for the next run. So I find the sleds were tough, but good. And I think especially at the elite setup, for every athlete were the sled the same. So yeah, it were good and tough sleds. So to be honest, to be elite, you need to manage also much heavier sleds than on a World Champs. Just train hard and heavy enough. Don't cry, just train harder. So normally it's pre-planned, so normally I always push the first lane through and then always do after the half a short break. But in the race you always look left and right, what do the other athletes, push them more through, or do they a little bit earlier break, and yeah, just to look and maybe to get into their mind, to push a little bit harder or to make your break a little bit shorter. But I always have a pre-plan, but will change it during the race sometimes. So of course the legs were heavy, but good, because my running was on that day really good. So yeah, just run the heaviness away. I didn't know that. Just was in my own race, was focused on my run. But yeah, of course it's not a bad feeling, or it's a good sign when you're overlapping other strong athletes. Get the yellow card really early, I think after my third burpee. So when you do the burpee with the step up, you need to look that your foot doesn't overreach your fingertips, and I think that was my fault in my case. It is a challenge. It's not really good, because you need to be very careful not to get the red card and to get a penalty. So you need to slow down to make sure that your technique is 100% perfect or safe. Of course it gives you a little bit motivation boost when you take the lead. I saw that Hunter struggles a little bit after the burpees. He has often the problem that the burpees are sometimes a little bit too tough for him, or it exhausted him a little bit too much. And when I saw him that he slowed down in the run, I knew, okay, I can now pass him. I did that and felt amazing, because my running was on that time really good, still good, and yeah, it's nice. So in this clip, I passed Hunter, also Alex, and yeah, all the different supporters cheering on you. So yeah, it was a great moment. Yeah, it was a surprise, but at that moment I just thought, okay, fuck yes, I can win this. So I didn't mention other athletes who I passed, just to look to run faster and faster and to increase the gap, because it's always important that you get into the mind, especially in this case on Hunter, and just to pass him, not on a slow, so pass him and then just push a little bit harder. Maybe, or try to break him mentally, of course. So normally at the row no one goes harder like a 145. It's always 145 at the row. It's important that you can recover on that pace. It's always nice just to look to the right side and see, okay, how fast can he pull the row. So Hunter was at the 145 and I think was at the 143 or something like that. And yeah, it's always great for your motivation when you know that you can increase your lead by 4 or 5 seconds and just on the row, and not to over push yourself. To be honest, I like the station because it's the first time you know, okay, how big is your lead. So on that station I knew, okay, I have almost a minute gap between the third place, and I knew, okay, it's just a race between me and Hunter. Row is, yeah, a little bit boring, but it's always nice to sit down and yeah, just to row 1000 meter.
It's so much confusion. Tim Wenisch just now totally uncertain. Here we see in the slow motion of Hunter McIntyre, but the drama is out on the track. Tim Wenisch uncertain if he ran enough laps or not.
No, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to count the laps, especially when you have so much adrenaline and your heart rate is so high. And yeah, so that was sometimes a little bit confusing if I need to run one lap more or if I can go into the rock zone. Luckily, I count right. Because normally we have one who said, okay, now you can go in, and this time we don't have anyone. And yeah, it's just so loud, and it's so exciting that you sometimes forgot to count right. I was really calm, but when I heard through the microphone, okay, Hunter dropped the kettlebells, I think 3 times or 4 times, and knew, okay, now it's my time. And when you have that situation at the World Championship, you know, okay, you have now the chance to get that opportunity to get a World Champ. If not, then you're maybe 2nd place or 3rd place. And yeah, that was the first time where I thought, okay, I can win this time. Yes, of course. So normally you need to find your rhythm after 5 reps. And especially you have really strict judges beside you, especially when you have 1,000 cameras on you. The judges are super strict, and I think I got 2 no reps because my hip needs to go a little bit lower. It was okay. 2 no reps are always hard at the beginning, but you need to calm down and just to find your rhythm. And yeah, after that 2 no reps, I find it. So yeah, but it's always annoying. I was nervous, of course. I saw that I'm 20 reps ahead of him. When you do so often wall balls, you know, okay, 20 reps are almost 40 seconds. And at this point, when I do normal wall balls, not good wall balls, just to make sure that I do 100 safe wall balls, I knew, okay, that should be enough. But at this point, I didn't know or hope that Hunter will go unbroken on the wall balls for his first time. But I knew, I was confident that I can get the lead until the finish line. Yes, that was planned. Maybe I could a little bit go until 60, 70, something like that. Just know that it's enough. So my rests were strategic, just to make my reps clean, and just don't want that my shoulders get too much full of lactate. So yeah, everything was to 100% after my wall was planned.
2 no reps going into finding his rhythm here. He's got to be careful. He's got a good lead, Greg. So he's definitely got more reps ahead on Hunter McIntyre than Linda Meyer. Head on the chasers onto Anna Winfrey and so on, coming from behind. But Hunter McIntyre, here we go. What a smooth and fast rhythm overall, just moving a little faster than Tim Wenisch, who's like a 3rd into his wall balls.
Yes, drama is always good for the sport. At the end, short breaks don't cost you a lot of time, but at the end, what a lot of time costs are no reps. So when you do 2 no reps, it's more painful than a rest of 2 seconds or 3 seconds, because I knew, okay, I have enough wall balls gap between me and Hunter. So for me, I take the rest periods, the short rest periods, but to make it sure that my reps are clean. I mean, 1 second lead is enough to be in front, and it was 5 seconds. So I think that was more than enough.
Don't make it this close, the man from Germany. He brings it home. 100 wall balls to take the title of the world champion in 2025.
Amazing. It feels quite unreal, but it's super emotional to see that clips again and again and again. Just happiness, 100% happiness. And yeah, when I look at this clip, when I hug Dennis, a good friend of mine, he screamed the whole race and pushed me through, and he's one of my friends who always believed that I will win this. It's wonderful to see that, yeah. Especially of course all my athletes and my friends, and my team was there, my dad was there, so Celia, a lot of other athletes also, but I think these 3 persons were so my key team who always believes in me, and yeah, it's just nice. I think just congratulations. So he was proud of me because I know him since years, and he is a role model of the sport, and it's great to beat him at the World Championships. And yeah, it was just one of my best races, and I loved every second of the race because it was so close. Yeah, the pro double was like just an extra race. I was motivated to race with my training partner, and also with my coach Yannick. So it's not my coach, but he works as a coach in my own business. Our plan was just to go all out, so all or nothing. We don't thought that our pace, no one other double can hold it. So it was super surprising. After the ski erg, we knew, okay, we are in good position. Then we did a smart move because we saw in the women's pro double race, okay, the first sled lane isn't the fastest, so we make the decisions that we get overtook by the Netherlands, Hidde and his partner. So that was one of the smartest moves in the race, because we get a second lane, and the second lane was much better than the first lane. And yeah, had a good sled pull, and after that we knew, okay, we race here for the win. And yeah, just the annoying thing was at the burpees we get a red card, and on the pro double race where the penalties to get time penalties, so we get a 30-second penalty. And yeah, I think it was super annoying, but it gave us like an extra motivational boost, because we knew, okay, we need to get a gap between us and the other one, and so we boost our performance. I think we run very good, and Yannick did an amazing job. He performed very well, and yeah, on the sled and on the wall walls it was similar, the same case like in a single race, because we had a 20 reps gap before the second and third place, and the 20 rep gap is mostly enough to have that 30 seconds penalty in. And yeah, so we crossed the finish line. It was a little bit of weird feeling, because you don't know if you win or not, because you need to wait that 30 seconds. And yeah, we had a lot of supporters on the side who all stopped the clock of the 30 seconds. And yeah, when we get the information from the officials that we won the double world champion title, it was just amazing, because all of our friends coming on the tribune and just celebrate with us. And yeah, it was cool. So to win always with a good friend a title is always special.